What's going on, guys? It's Kett, and today I have my 5th installment of Learning League of Legends. I know I said that this one was going to be about abilities, but before you can even get into abilities, you have to know what summoner spells to take. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to go through most of them. I think I leave out one. I did examples for all of them, so you'll see examples how they would be used in the game, etc. So if you want to actually look at each summoner spell without having to go into the game, you can click on the little profile icon and go right here to spells. You can look at all of them. So first spell we have is Clarity. This restores 40% of your champion's maximum mana. It also restores allies for 40% of their maximum mana, so this would be good, I suppose, if you use a champion that's very mana dependent, such as like Rise or Veigar. And maybe if you're supporting, it could be a good spell. I've never personally used it in a real game, so I'm not sure, but yeah, you can see an example of it right here.
On already. Let's go.
Next in the summoner spell categories, we have Garrison. This is for only Dominion. I've never personally played Dominion, so I don't have an example of it or anything like that. If you want to find out what this summoner spell does, go ahead and go play Dominion. I have no idea what it does, and yeah, you're just going to have to find out for yourself. Next on the list, we have Ghost. Your champion can move through units and has 27% increased movement speed for 10 seconds. This is good for getting away from enemy champions that are chasing you, or chasing after enemy champions that are trying to get away. This is also good. I didn't use Hecarim in the example, I'm sorry, I forgot, but Ghost is really good on like Hecarim because his attack damage scales with movement speed. So if you use Ghost on Hecarim, you're going to gain a lot of attack damage, and you can see an example of Ghost right here.
Let's go. Come on already.
Next on the list, we have Heal. It restores 90 to 345 health depending on your level, and grants 30% movement speed for 1 second to you and target allied champions. This healing is halved for units recently affected by Summoner Heal. So if you take damage from a turret, an enemy champion, etc., you can use this to get a quick health boost or get some health back so that you don't die. And this is also good for running away from enemy champions, since it does give you the movement speed boost for 1 second, so it just gives you that initial burst of speed that you need to get away from the enemy champions. So you can see an example of it right here.
Right back at you.
After Heal, we have Revive. Instantly revives your champion at your team's summoner platform and increases their movement speed for a short duration. So Revive is a spell that can be used, say your base is being taken, like you're losing inhibitors, your Nexus turrets, and you die. You go in the team fight and you die. You could use Revive to instantly revive at the platform and go straight back into the fight with full health. However, Revive has an insanely long cooldown. I don't know if the cooldown goes down to champion level. I've never used Revive, but I think it's like 8 minutes or something. I'm not sure, but you can see an example of Revive used right here.
Ready.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Executed.
Let's go, let's go!
Alright, after Revive we have Barrier. So, Barrier shields your champion for 115 to 455, depending on champion level, for 2 seconds. This is good for maybe you accidentally stepped into a turret and it's about to kill you. You can use Barrier to block that turret shot, or you're running away from an enemy champion and they use their skill shot, and that skill shot would kill you. You can use Barrier to block that skill shot. So it's pretty good for blocking, skill shots or turret shots, whatever. But yeah, you can see an example of Barrier used right here.
Don't hold me up.
Alright, after Barrier we have Exhaust. Exhaust target enemy champion, reducing their movement speed and attack speed by 30%, their armor and magic resist by 10, and their damage dealt by 40% for 2.5 seconds. So, Exhaust is, it's kind of like a cage, as you can see in the picture. It's a little cage that really slows down an enemy champion. This is really good for if they're trying to get away from you. You can easily just exhaust them and they're going to be so slow they can't get away. I would always recommend using Exhaust when you're playing the support role. You can just exhaust the enemy champion so they can't get away from your ADC, and it's really good for Exhaust. Team fights as well, so you can slow down champions that have a lot of abilities that makes them move around quickly, say like a Fizz or a Riven, where they're just bouncing around everywhere. You can use an Exhaust and kind of take them out of the team fight by slowing them down so they can't use those abilities to, just hop around the team fight, etc. So, you can see an example of Exhaust used right here.
Don't hold me up.
Alright, after Exhaust we have Cleanse. Removes all disables and summoner spell debuffs affecting your champion, and lowers the duration of incoming disables by 65% for 3 seconds. So, Cleanse would be good. I use Cleanse in a good manner in my example. Morgana snares me. She uses her snare, and I just go ahead and use Cleanse to get out of that snare. It's really good. I've never used Cleanse before, so I don't know, but I think it would be really good for situations like that where you get snared and you're about to be jumped on. Just because of that snare, you can quickly use Cleanse to get out of that snare and get running away as fast as you can. So, here's an example of Cleanse used right here.
Me up.
Alright, after Cleanse we have Teleport. This is a very popular top lane summoner spell. After channeling for 3.5 seconds, teleports your champion to target allied structure, minion, or ward. Can target destroyed turrets. So, basically, you can teleport like anywhere on the map. You can teleport to your turrets, you can teleport to your minions, you can teleport to your wards. This is good for, say you die in lane and you don't want to miss those minions. You can quickly teleport back to your tower to get those minions. Or say there's a team fight breaking out on bottom lane and you're all the way in top lane, you can use your teleport to teleport down to bottom lane to be a part of that team fight. So, like I said, it's very popular for top laners at this point. So, here's an example of teleport used right here.
Let's go!
Alright, after teleport we have clairvoyance. Reveals a small area of the map for your team for 5 seconds. This is... I've never used clairvoyance either. I haven't used like a lot of these summoner spells, so... But clairvoyance reveals a small area, so it'd be good for, say your jungler wants to counter jungle the enemy team. You could use your clairvoyance to get sight on the enemy team's like blue buff to see if it's still there, to see if it's even worth your jungler going over there. And it's also useful for seeing enemy champions who are trying to escape through the fog of war. So here's an example of clairvoyance being used right here.
Summoner's Rift.
Alright, after clairvoyance is the most popular summoner spell in the game, Flash. Teleports your champion a short distance towards your curse's location. For me, this is like a must-have spell, and I think a lot of League of Legends players would agree that Flash is probably the best spell that you can possibly take. You can flash over walls, you can flash just away, you know. It's really good for escaping, fights, getting away from enemy champions that are chasing you. You can just flash over a wall and they, might not have a way to chase you. Most of the time the enemy will have flash, so they can just flash after you, which is another use of flash. You can flash after champions that are getting away from you. You can use your flash to get to them quicker or get closer to them and maybe get that final blow in. So here's an example of me flashing over a wall right here.
Don't hold me up.
Alright, after Flash is Ignite, another very popular summoner spell. Ignites target enemy champion, dealing 70 to 410 true damage depending on champion level over 5 seconds. Grants you vision of the target and reduces healing effects on them for the duration. So, this is just a way to do true damage to an enemy. This is usually used a lot to maybe finish off a champion. Like, you do all of your abilities and they only have a small amount of health, but you're out of mana maybe or something like that. You can just ignite them to get that final damage off to kill them. Or if they're getting away, you can just ignite them and it'll keep doing damage to them as they run away. So Ignite is very popular. It does a lot of damage. I've been killed by it a lot. I use it a lot, but here's an example of me using Ignite right here.
Right back at you.
And lastly, we have Smite. Deals 390 to 1000 true damage depending on champion level to target epic or large monster or enemy minions. So, Smite is a jungling summoner spell. I would only recommend using it if you're jungling, and it basically does damage to the jungle monsters or the enemy minions. This is used to get buffs, like kill your jungle monsters quicker. You do all of your abilities and you still have the jungle monster still has like 400 health. You can just smite them to get that quicker. Smite is also used to steal objectives from the enemy team. Say the enemy team is doing dragon, the jungler is not there, you can just hop in, smite it for that last little bit of damage. Now your team got the dragon buff, and the enemy team just basically handed it to you. So in game you can see that now there will be a number next to your smite telling you how much damage it'll actually do. And you can also, in the new patch, smite enemy champions. I think I might make a separate video about just smite, because there's a lot to do with it. There's a lot of different smite items now and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. But here's an example of me using smite right here. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for the summoner spells. One last thing I did want to mention about them. You have to be a certain level to unlock each summoner spell. You can go into this right here and it'll tell you Clarity you get at 1, Garrison you get at 1, Ghost you get at 1, Heal you get at 1, Revive you have at 1, Barrier you don't unlock until you're level 4. You can see your level right here. I'm level 30, so I have all the spells. So once you reach level 4, you'll unlock Barrier to use. Once you reach level 4, you'll unlock Exhaust. Once you reach level 6, you'll unlock Cleanse. Once you reach level 6, you'll unlock Teleport. At level 8, you'll unlock Clairvoyance. At level 8, you'll unlock Flash. At level 10, you'll unlock Ignite, and at level 10 you'll unlock Smite. So just keep that in mind, that when you hop into the game and you're like a level 1, you don't have access to all of the summoner spells, so you're gonna have to figure out which ones would be best to use at that time until you reach a level 10 and you get them all. So with this, I wouldn't recommend going and trying to jungle before level 10. Obviously, they don't want you to, because they used to be, I think, level 3 that you got it, but now it's at level 10. So clearly, Riot doesn't want you to be jungling before level 10. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you learned a lot about summoner spells. Like I said, I am going to be doing the abilities one, I think, next, unless I talk about Smite. I'm gonna stop like telling you guys what video is gonna be next, because I usually end up just changing it anyways, because I find something that would be better for you to know before abilities, before hopping into the game. I definitely think summoner spells are a big part of this game, so just hop into, you know, a custom game and try out all of your level 1 summoner spells. You know, practice them, practice your flashes over walls. You know, you can look up tutorials. I'm sure people have made tutorials on YouTube teaching you how to flash over certain walls, etc. And yeah, just gonna have to find what summoner spell matches your playstyle. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you did learn a lot, as always, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.